And this new year, it might be a good idea nutrition-wise to focus on particular foods to include versus the usual dieting mentality of cutting back or cutting out. A study from across the pond shows a possible link between food and dementia. Registered dietitian Rita Smith joins us to share menu planning ideas for a brain protection boost.
Hi, this is Rita Smith, registered dietitian at Centera, Martha Jefferson Hospital. Any research involving diet and dementia is important since we have an aging population. 18% of our population is 65 years and older, and the projection is that by 2050, there will be 82 million adults who are in this older group. So, health protection of our brain as we age is important to learn about. In this United Kingdom study, there were almost 122,000 participants who are between the ages of 40 and 70 years. Their diets were assessed for flavonoid content, and the researchers looked at the development of dementia over a 9-year period of time. There were 882 cases that developed of dementia. The higher flavonoid intake in the diet resulted in a reduced risk of developing dementia among all the participants with a really high intake of flavonoids, but also in those with the depression symptoms, and those who are at higher risk genetically for dementia, and people with high blood pressure seem to benefit the most. There are other benefits of dietary sources of flavonoids from previous research. We know that they are anti inflammatory, anti diabetic, and they seem to protect the cardiovascular system. Now, dietary sources of flavonoids, they're all plant-based and they come in tea, white, green, and oolong tea, in red wine, but there are some health risks to alcohol. You'll find flavonoids in cocoa-based products like dark chocolate and cocoa powder, in colorful fruits like red and purple grapes, in vegetables. Then you'll find some specific flavonoids like flavones are really high in citrus fruits and juices. Isoflavones are high in soybeans, soy products like tofu, and in pulses, but they are not high in soy milk. And flavonols are high in onions, scallions, kale, broccoli, apples, and berries. Now, other factors affect brain health, not just flavonoids. So, just as a reminder, we need adequate sleep each night to clean out all the waste products that develop in our brain during the day. We need a high number and diversity of the microbiome bacteria in our gut. We need to limit our alcohol intake, and we want to control any chronic diseases that we have because they are have wear and tear on the brain and may lead to dementia, and that includes having high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol. And you want to have regular aerobic exercise to protect the brain. Be sure to plan menus to ensure lots of healthful foods that are included, but those that have hundreds of flavonoids. So at breakfast, serve it with assorted colorful berries, maybe a cup of strong tea or dark cocoa on the side. Lunch, have a homemade bean soup with lots of legumes and flavonoid rich vegetables like onions, kale, and broccoli. And at dinner, make sure that half of your plate is full of a wide variety of vegetables. For additional health information, you can log on to Centera.com. You can send your nutrition questions to me at the station 29news.com. And until next time, it's Rita Smith reminding you that moderation of variety of foods and having mealtime with your kids are key to eating well.